quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior take a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
down.
Watch who he's going to set up. He's going to go for the. It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
And we welcome you live to Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia. This CFSL matchup on PX1 Sports on YouTube. It's Alabama Crimson Tide taking on the Georgia Bulldogs. Cameron Duty here with my buddy Dominic Barfield. Dominic, how are you? It is good to be with you this evening, my friend.
Man, you know how it is. It is Tuesday night. It is the kickoff in the CFSL action. We are here looking for a good time right now. We've got the 12th all-time matchup between Bama and Georgia. It ain't a rivalry, but these teams hate each other, and it's going to show out on the field tonight. Let's crack heads and let's get a good game in.
Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun, no doubt. Like you said, a good hard-hitting game of football. It is 67 degrees, partly cloudy with a light breeze here in Athens, Georgia, as we say hello to Seth Chapman, certainly an impact player tonight.
And I also want to give credit to Frankie Dawkins getting 23 yards picking up on that kick return.
Absolutely. First play from center, Seth Chapman. On first down to throw. Nice quick release to Jeff Masters for an 11-yard pickup and a first down.
Big pickup and a big shot by Nikolai Storm, just headhunting out the gate. It was said in chat, no headhunting tonight, but hey, they got no control over these players.
Like we said, we expect a game full of energy, attrition. And like we said, Alabama going for the first W of the season. Can they get it against their bitter opponent here? Now, over the middle, this pass is complete. Out to number 4, the tight end, Haas Carter. First reception of the night for 8.
Interim AD Cade Pageant has had a lot of work trying to get this team to right some of these wrongs. Still a little bit of ways away from getting it done, but always going to try their hardest.
Hard fought indeed. Wide open over the middle, though, for the moment right now. Georgia is on a rail. Jaden Charles, again, another 11-yard pickup.
Linebacker shade to the outside and just completely abandoned the middle, and that is an easy pitch and catch over the middle by Chapman.
Just past midfield, you see Chapman standing right there on the midfield stripe, throwing. That's a turnover, an interception, and it's going back the other way. One man to beat, and what a play by this Alabama defense. And Jackson Matthews.
Big Jackson Matthews over the middle, sees the pass all the way, jumps the gun, sees it, says cookies, takes it right out of Georgia's hands. What a big way to start this game. The Crimson Tide are in good territory here.
Man, so that is exactly what you need. If you come in as the underdog, you start out with a big play like that out of your defense. Now it's a handoff to Booker Travis, who gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that will bring up 2nd and 10.
Over on Twitch, 46-yard touchdown pass to Frankie Frederick as UNC takes the early 7-0 lead on Miami. Just over 7.5 minutes left in that first quarter.
Quarterback Coulter Thomas for Alabama sets up under center. He finds his man. That is Darnell Holmes, the 4th with his first reception of the day. It goes for 12, Dominic.
And Nehemiah Brown Jr. is going to get in on that tackle coming up and hawking down. That is a big rundown by the D end.
Setting up at the 25-yard line, back to the ground game they go. And Travis fighting hard, trying to get around the edge, but he is swarmed by Carlos Clark and a gaggle of others.
So far this season, running to the outside has not been Alabama's strength. You're going to need to find a way to get it in between the gaps, run through your men, make somebody miss. Running to the outside, there's just not enough comfortable blocking by the receiving corps.
Loss of 1 on first down. We now see motion. Thomas under center and the I formation. Back to the ground game they go. And again, backwards, unfortunately, as Travis trying to find that gap you talk about, Dominic, but Clayton Cobb and company stops it once again.
Nah, he just absolutely cobbed him on that tackle. Pushes off the guard, just bullies him at the point of attack, and there is nothing doing as we are setting up a 3rd and 15.
And, of course, they know they got to pass. Shotgun formation. Thomas to throw. He scrambles, still looking for a man, and he is dragged down from behind. It's the big Bulldog, Carlos Clark. Once again, this time it's a sack.
And Carlos Clark is going to just absolutely snipe him down. Nothing there for Coulter Thomas. Trying to hit him with a couple pump fakes, trying to hit a little 360 heezy, nothing doing. And that is a stand by the Bulldogs defense.
And so with that, that actually pushes Alabama out of any field goal range. They started that drive, if you remember, at about the 25-yard line. So they'll have to punt it away and give it back to Georgia. They'll try to coffin kick it here, and we will see where that ends up as Gilbert got that one away.
No, I think that's a for the brand. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take a potential for the brand. Ball spotted at the 10. 15. I'm tripping.
Starting from the 15, as you said, Dominic. Now throwing quickly, the pass complete to Highsmith for a quick 3 yards on first down.
High pass, high point to Highsmith. Gotta love what you're seeing there. Chapman's gonna be a little bit shaky after that pick, but he's just got to build those confidence throws.
Highsmith, the freshman, 6'1", 185. Now Chapman throwing back to the middle, complete to Master, and he has been bread and butter this year. Jeff Masters, I'm speaking of, 5 touchdowns on the season so far. And
you want to talk about somebody who's also solid? Jackson Matthews in on the tackle with making that 43 tackles on the season.
Chapman to throw with time, but he doesn't need much as he slings it over the middle once again to Haas Carter for 7.
Hey, you want to talk about consistency? Surprise, surprise. Jackson Matthews in again for another tackle over the middle, setting up 2nd and 3.
Let's have this funny feeling we're going to be calling his name a whole lot tonight. 2nd and 3 now. Chapman again with a good pocket, again with time to find his man. Carter once more, a very similar looking play to the one prior, but hey, if it's not broken, no need to try to fix it.
Easy toss over the middle, and KJ Jones is eventually going to bring him down for a Bulldogs first down.
2 receivers lined up to the top of your screen as Chapman again throws. Setting right there again is Haas Carter right there in that nice little stop. And he's able to pick it up and run for the first, or close to the first.
That sit-down route's one of my favorites. Right now, Alabama's just abandoning the middle, and if I'm Chapman, I'm dinking and dunking over the middle until they stop it.
And when you're gaining 9 off of a pass, why not? And there again is Haas Carter, another 14-yard reception, and the Bulldogs are feeling pretty good right now.
Well, when you've got steady hands like Big Haas Boss Carter, you're going to be happy seeing that ball coming your way in droves.
The junior with 3 touchdowns on the season. He knows how to get it done. Now slings this one out towards the flat, and Easton, while trying to turn upfield, just steps out of bounds ever so much. A loss of 2 on that little flat screen.
Just way too much speed there. Got to get that ball out a little bit quicker, give him a chance to turn upfield and avoid that costly step out.
1 man in the backfield. It's a quarterback keeper, though, as Chapman goes on the run, and you hate to see a quarterback take a shot like that. He took one at the end of it there.
Absolutely takes a shot indeed. It's just a shoulder by Nikolai Storm, but when that storm is coming, you are going to feel the boom.
Yeah, if it's just your shoulder can do that type of damage, I hate to see what the rest of him can do.
Oh, no kidding.
Chapman to throw. This time, man, that pocket, what more can you say? And finds Carter again along the sidelines as he tiptoes his way in, but that'll bring up a 4th and 1.
Unfortunately, throw short, stay short. I hate not going for it here, but we're going to see if Russ Munson can get it up. That kick is up, and boom, it is true. Field goal good by Russ Munson, as that's going to now put that score. Georgia 3, Bama zilch, with just over 4 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Yeah, a nice drive, gets some points on the board for Georgia. Now we will look at this return for Alabama, and that is what they need by Xander Freeman. He takes it 37 yards past the 40-yard line.
One more move, and he was a free man to the end zone. What a explosive start. Over on Twitch, 14-yard touchdown pass to Troy King Jr. as UNC is taking a 14-0 lead over Miami. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the first.
Now, Alabama, their defense able to hold Georgia to 3. We'll see what the offense can do. And now, lowering the shoulder. Here comes the boom by Booker Travis. He only got 2, but talk about a hard-fought run.
Yeah, and you want to talk about a stiff arm. Ugh, just put man in the dirt.
That was nasty. A little bit of aggression that he's getting out there on that one. Now we see motion as Thomas lines up under center in the eye. Back to Booker Travis they go, and this time the defense gets their revenge.
And Kevin Winkler is going to just shoot out like a cannon at Travis. And that is 2 hands on, get down. Wow, what a shot there, setting up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, quickly to 3rd down, as a matter of fact. Shotgun formation. Thomas throws over the middle, but he has his man this time to Reeser, and he is able to convert. Man, what a clutch play.
And that is just a big in route there, and credit to Coulter for the throw. Puts it just out on a rope right in front of Reeser, and that is either he catches it or no one does.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Thomas again with time. Throwing deep, going for the home run ball, and it's intercepted right at the goal line, and turning and coming back the other way. Here comes the Bulldogs past the 20, down to about the 23 before being pushed out is Dominic McKenzie.
And that is his first interception of the season, might we add. And a big one. Coulter just trying to let her fly. Puts it up in just the absolute beautiful arc. But unfortunately, Dominic McKenzie is just going to snag that. And that is going to set up shop here at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, he had a bead on it, and you could tell he just unfortunately made Alabama pay. Now, on the other side for Georgia, it's back to Easton on the ground. Right up the middle, he gets 5.
Easton's been used pretty well this season. Coming into this game, 130 carries. That is the heartbeat of this offense.
Yeah, he has done very, very well for this Georgia team. Throwing now, speaking of very well, Master with the reception, and he's able to hold on to that football somehow after a devastating hit.
He just gets laid out by Nikolai Storm, but master play, master hands, master catch. Jeff Masters at your service.
Oh, I love the route run, too, and I love that replay. We were able to see him turn back towards the football. He knew. He had, ESP right there. I mean, he knew that ball was coming.
And that's having that fifth sense. You just know that route is all crispy.
Sign of good quarterback wide receiver chemistry, no doubt. Now, man in motion. As Chapman throws, he's hit, but he is able to unload. He gets it to Jaden Charles, and he is able to pick up the first.
And gets his second snag of the night, and that is another Bulldogs first down.
Man, Seth Chapman knew he was in for a shot when he got rid of that one. Stood right in there and took it. Now we'll see what Chapman can do. He throws with more time this time, and he just throws this one out of bounds and lives to play another down, as I like to say.
Yeah, good coverage there by the Crimson Tide. They locked everything down, and smart decision by Chapman. Just get the ball out, live to see the next drive.
Chapman, this time keeper after the fake, trying to make something happen. Watch those legs turn into the dirt. They're just churning. He's able to get 4 before he is tackled and stopped by Bama.
And he is absolutely stoned wall by Xander Freeman. Nothing cooking on that.
Minute 40 and counting remaining in this fast-moving first quarter. Chapman throwing there. He's got his man. One man to beat. And that is a great play down to the 5-yard line. That's Master again.
And Hefe, as he's being called, Hefe Master out here just putting on a early masterclass so far. 4 catches, 71 yards, just taking advantage of this Crimson Tide secondary.
Yeah, if had not been for Nikolai Storm, that would have been a touchdown. So out there on the one-on-one coverage, Storm able to bring Hefe Master down, but not before the 1st and goal. Now, to the end zone, it is Easton coming up just short. They're going to say he was down before the ball crossed the plane.
And I mean, that was bang, bang right there. Could not figure out who that was on the saving tackle, but that is a critical bring down.
It sure is. Now they try to get no keeper to Chapman, and he goes backwards. Alabama was not fooled in any sort of way as Tyson gets the TFL.
And Thor brought Mjolnir along with him for that one. Just big stop in the backfield.
And a very important 3rd and goal here for both sides of this football. Handoff, they go right up the middle, and Easton is again stopped. Alabama able to get penetration along the lines and keep them out of the end zone.
And that was a big stop there by the walk-on.
Indeed. Now we get Russ Munson on for this chip shot field goal, and it is good. Right down the middle as Georgia
20 yards is not a problem at all for Russ Munson. And indeed, that does now bring that score up to 6 for Georgia, 0 for Bama. As we have another potential big return there, and Freeman's going to pick up 29 yards on the kickoff return.
Yeah, keep your eye on Freeman. I mean, he is doing a really good job in the return game for Alabama, destined to try to break one of these. For Bama, you got to be feeling good here, Dominic. I mean, you've held Georgia to just 6 points on 2 really good-looking drives.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, Alabama waiting to see if this offense will come alive. Now, the passing game looking pretty good right now. Austin Oaks with, I believe, his first grab of the night. Yes, for the first.
That is his first one, and he is going to stick those roots in the ground when he plants on that slant, and he is just going to shake the defense like a tree.
Shotgun formation. And it's Thomas with the handoff to Booker. He's got room along the edge, bulldozing forward. 13-yard run, easily his best of the night.
Yeah, by far best rush of the night, and that is going to be Richard Howell bringing him down at the end of that run.
I formation will be the last play of this first quarter. That's Booker again. Oh, he's got the Jets turned on now to the 25-yard line with a 21-yard gain. And with that, that brings us to the end of quarter number 1. Georgia leading Alabama 6-0. You are watching the CFSL right here on PX1 Sports on YouTube. I welcome you back into the second quarter of action. Camera duty here with my partner Dominic Barfield. Got a good game going thus far, certainly, as Alabama now making some nice plays. Throwing on first down to Richard, and it is just, nothing going there. Second and 10.
I got you on that one. Just no compatibility there with Darnell and Coulter on that play. Was not paying attention. Ball's going to fall to the turf.
Really quick developing play that all of a sudden went nowhere. Now, back to the ground game they go with Booker Travis, and he gets back to the line, but nothing else.
Nothing else doing there, as Cobb is going to pick up his third tackle here in the first half.
Big play here for Alabama, 3rd and 10. Easily their best looking drive thus far. They want to be able to capitalize. Thomas with time, lets it go towards the sidelines, tiptoeing, and it's Reeser who finds a seam right there and is able to get open.
D-O-T dot. What a throw by Coulter Thomas. What a catch by Jay Reeser. Just getting the toe drag swag in at the last second.
Man, that was a thing of beauty. One man in the backfield behind quarterback Coulter Thomas. They'll go throwing. Pressure in his face. He throws out wide. It is complete to Cash Crow, and he gets close to the end zone, but it'll be 2nd and goal here.
Not exactly the cash money throw you want to see, but you are going to take it being set up at the half-yard line.
So they try to pound this down the middle, or will we see him go back to the air? We see him go back to the air. End zone, touchdown, Reeser. Well, you know what? He had some big plays on this drive, and he is able to cap it off with that touchdown catch.
When Reeser is the reason that you get down there, you've got to pay the man off and give him that touchdown. He absolutely deserves that. As extra point is up by Al LaFont, and Bama now takes the lead. 7, Georgia 6. Just under 8 minutes left here in the contest.
Yeah, that is a really nice drive by Alabama. One to hang your hat on, if you don't mind me saying. A great job. Now, look at this return, though, as Georgia trying to retake the lead all in one return by Frankie Dawkins, 61 yards.
Dawkins almost yelled out taillights. That was a big shot into the life of this offense, as that is going to set up shop at the Bama 38.5-yard line for Chapman and co.
Man, and wonderful field position to start off for these Bulldogs. Throwing over the middle quickly is Chapman. He does find his man. That is, once again, Haas Carter for 8. Already 7 receptions tonight.
Absolutely just getting it emphatically, as Cook is going to get that tackle.
2nd and 2. Now we see motion. Yep. Fake end around, back to the air. And how in the world Jason Wentz was able to climb the ladder and get that one, I'll never know. What an amazing play.
Did we just witness a man double jump? Because that was a Mario level jump. Whoa.
Incredible job by Wentz. Back to the ground they go with Easton, who just pushes his way forward as only he can. He gets 6 on first down.
Wow, I'm sorry. I'm still over here mentally drooling over between the return and that catch. Wow.
Yeah. Talk about fast action. Georgia has come out with a fire lit under him. Easton close to the first. He won't get it as he is brought down, just slightly short. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Cody, I don't know if moss is the right term. We got to come up with something better. That was next level mossing.
3rd and 1. Chapman throwing. He's got his man. Slant route to Master for the touchdown.
Master route, master hands, making master plays. That is Hefe Master at your service, as Georgia is going to zoom down the field and retake that lead with an emphatic force, as we get a look at Uga over there on the sidelines, just looking absolutely adorable. Big drive there, 5 plays, 35 yards. What a response there. Kick is up by Russ Munson, and that PAT is good. Your new score is Georgia 13, Bama 7.
And what a game. And and again, it was obviously set up by the return, but very, very mindful there, I believe Georgia was, to say, listen, we're not going to give Alabama an opportunity to rest at all. So they come out quickly, and you see how it works for them. Now we get a good return. Is Freeman going to be able to break free again? Well, that's actually Jay Reeser this time, for a 30-yard return, and he'll set him up nicely, though.
Very mindful, very demure. We appreciate that.
1st and 10, right at the 30 for Alabama. Now, like we said, for a moment or two there, they happen to have the lead. Didn't last long to enjoy it. And anyway, they got to get back to work as Booker Travis runs right side hard, hit, and he gets a yard.
That lead stuck around for a cup of coffee, I guess you could also say as well.
Yeah. It was but a vapor, honestly. Thomas back to the ground game with Booker. And Travis is able to get 7. These lanes are opening up a little bit here for Booker Travis as we go along.
Especially in a 5-wide empty set, 6 in the box for the Bulldogs. Getting a lane and picking up that was a good run by Booker.
Now, there's Booker again. They're going to say, oh, he's going to get a 1-yard rush, but still not enough to get the first. It's 4th and inches.
Nah, Cobb stops him short, and Bama's not going to roll the dice. They are going to punt that back. I kind of like testing and going for it. If you can't pick up a half a yard, you don't deserve to be in the league, but that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I feel a lot of the same way as you may remember from last week. I wanted to go for them to go for it on everything, 4th and everything. So, yeah, I'm with you there, my friend. But I guess they'll allow their defense to try to do the work and come up with the stop.
And looking for a stop is crazy because the efficiency of Chapman, wow.
Yeah, indeed. And look, talk about a lane to run through. Well, how about Lane Easton, 12 yards on first down.
And Lane picks the lane, and he is going to put foot to the ground as Nikolai Storm is going to meet him at the point of contact for a tackle.
All right, we got motion in the backfield, but it is Easton once more on the carry. This time Alabama says no way, Jose, and they only allow 1 yard on the rush.
Over on Twitch, 14-yard touchdown pass to Roberto Johnson, a Miami walk-on. They still trail UNC 17-10. Just under 6 minutes left in the half.
2nd and 9. They go back to the ground, and Easton is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage this time. Deuce Haynes able to blow that one up and get his first tackle of the night.
Deuce in on the tackle, just not letting anything cook there for Easton. These east-west runs have not been very effective by both teams. Got to stick to getting it done in between the tackles.
Yeah, right up the gut. That's when both teams have been pretty efficient. 3rd and 11. Chapman to throw. Almost throws the interception. It's KJ Jones who is able to get those hands up there and make a beautiful play.
Yeah, big deflection there by KJ, just striking fear into that offense. And the Bulldogs are going to punt it right back to the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, so Alabama's defense able to do the job just as they had hoped. they should get good field position here. They've got a good return going, as that is Xander Freeman, 15-yard return.
And Mark Quentin King in on that tackle as well. I want to give him a little shout out. I always try to call out the special teams tackles whenever I get the opportunity. Right now, I mean, this is a chess match. Defenses are really playing stout right now. It's going to be which offense can maintain some mobility here.
Yeah, this has been a great one. We've still got 4:18 left in this first half, and Booker Travis starting to run wild a little bit here. 8-yard rush and getting close to 50 yards on the night.
I don't know about running wild. I'd say he's running efficient.
Mild?
Efficiently.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, well, it's and every time he starts to get a little bit ahead of steam, you got people like L'Jarius Sexton there to come in and thwart his efforts.
And that's just a good read there by the linebacker, stepping up, seeing the vision, and just putting him in the turf.
And we get our first flag of the evening. Looks like we've got a little movement along the line.
Beep, 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 beep. Big penalty there. Could not afford that. Now forcing Bama into a 3rd and 10.
So the playbook gets a little more narrow here. Got to go to the air. Thomas going to try to set up the screen. Booker Travis shakes one man off, and he gets 2 out of all of his efforts, and he'll have to put it away here.
Nehemiah Brown just got in his way, stumbled him up, and just allowed for him to get picked up by the rest. I think that might have been Frankie Dawkins in on that to clean it up at the end. Not 100% positive, but it looked like that was Frankie Dawkins, as we are going to get a little bit of trickeration here, as Highsmith is going to high step it for 9 yards on the return.
Yeah, so once again, these defenses able to step up, make some good plays. Of course, that penalty there certainly was able to aid Georgia in those defensive efforts. Now, we'll see Lane Easton again with the carry. Again, another good lane to run through, and he picks up a quick 8 on first down.
Is that the tempo that we're going to stick with tonight, lane picking lanes?
I like it. You feel pretty good about it? I can maybe start to throw in some, interstates or rural routes. We'll see where it goes. Easton again with the carry. Well, no matter what road you put him on, he's going to be able to put it in cruise control. What a play close to the 20-yard line.
You can call that I-95 South for as far as I'm concerned, as Xander Freeman is going to save that touchdown. Just switched back, and it was open. Wow. And Higdon said it was 44. Bo, appreciate you.
So, Georgia just ever so outside of that red zone. Now they're in it with a great reception. Once again, Haas Carter, 10 yards, brings up 2nd and inches. Eight
catches, 76 yards in the night. A lot of this Georgia receiving corps is feasting.
Back to Lane, pushing and just driving his heels down, trying to keep moving forward, and he does get just enough for the first.
Yeah, he's gonna find a way to use a guard as a pick.
Yeah.
Get the rub around him and pick up the first.
Impressive. And like you said, he gets the 1st and goal. And, stumbling out of the gate there is Jero Gonzalez. And you could tell it was Nikolai Storm who blew that up.
See, it wasn't a stumble there. The force, the pressure force of a Nikolai Storm is just going to push him cattywampus, and all of that system pressure is just going to put him on the turf.
So we call that a high-pressure system.
Yes.
All right, gotcha. Now, Chapman throwing for it all. End zone, almost intercepted. Storm again making a big play and deflecting it.
Yeah, huge deflection. Gets turned around at the last second, sees it, gets hands on it, and knocks it to the turf.
Sending everybody towards the end zone here on 3rd and goal. Chapman eyes his man. It's a jump ball, deflected and incomplete as he was looking towards the sidelines, and Alabama had that one read really nicely.
Yeah, Brogan Patrick was not feeling any of that as we wait for the 31-yard attempt by Munson. Kick is up down the middle, and it is good. 31-yard attempt by Munson is going to go ahead. New lead now, Georgia 16, Bama 7.
If you're Bama, obviously you want to set up a great return here. We'll see what they can do. Getting past the 20, brought down about the 24 is Jay Reeser. This favors Alabama because, you know, if you play your cards right, a minute 37 left in this half, you could take this one all the way down if you are so able to do so. We'll see if they can hold on to the football. And Austin Oaks with a 9-yard reception. That starts the drive here.
Yep, and Bama is going to use the first timeout.
2nd and 1. The throw, again, just nice, finding Holmes right there in the middle, just enough to get the first down. Sometimes that's what you need.
And Coulter's taking a play out of the Seth Chapman handbook. Hey, if it's open over the middle, dump it off.
Clock running, 1:17 and counting, slinging it again. Coulter finds his man. Cash Crow able to turn upfield. Nice awareness there. 8-yard gain. Stops the clock, too.
Nice awareness there, and would have liked getting out of bounds a little bit more cleaner on that.
Now, 2nd and 2, and Richard Howell says, how do you do tonight? He's got 5 tackles. That's his first deflection, though, through the air, and it brings up 3rd and 2.
And a big one there. If Coulter puts a little air underneath that is crib.
3rd and 2. Throwing. Complete. There was 2 men out there. It's Darnell Holmes who comes up with the 5-yard catch to keep the drive alive.
Did you also think that was going to Austin Oaks, or was that just me?
Did.
I definitely thought that was going to the out, not the inside. Had me shook.
Indeed. Well, it pays to have 2 guys out there capable of getting it done. Now, trying to take a shot down the middle of the field is Coulter Thomas, and nothing there, incomplete.
Lights on, no one's home. Motel 6 left the lights on for you.
Love those commercials from back in the day. Tom Bodette, I believe it was. Coulter Thomas throwing over the middle, finds Cash Crow, and he gets 7.
And I believe that actually was who that was. And big 3rd down here for this Crimson Tide offense.
3rd and 3. Throwing again, tiptoeing on the sidelines is Jermaine Wise. He gets out of bounds, and he gets the 1st and 10.
10 toes down application submitted. That catch is good on Sundays. Bama with the pickup, and they are looking to drive.
Really nice drive up to this point. Thomas throwing, he's really getting his rhythm about him, and that's a great route run by Holmes right down the middle, finds the seam, 1st and goal.
And that is 4 receptions for Holmes, the 4th.
39 seconds and counting. The ball is snapped. Coulter Thomas with pressure standing in there. He's hit as he throws. His arm was indeed going forward, so that's incomplete.
Big hit there by Nehemiah Brown Jr. Just decleating Coulter Thomas.
Back to the ground game they go. They give it to Booker Travis, trying to cut inside there at the last minute. He gets 3. Now, 1 timeout left here.
Looking to hurry up here. Frankie Dawkins, 5th tackle.
Thomas throwing, throws it out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. And I think with the good coverage you had there, he just said, let's try to take the field goal and get some points out of it.
Absolutely, as we wait for the 21-yard attempt by Al LaFont. Kick is up, he trunks it, and that is good. Bama's going to get a field goal with 17 seconds left right before half, making that lead shrink. Bama 10, Georgia 16. Now, all contraire, my friend, not out of the woodworks just yet. Georgia's got 17 seconds, 3 timeouts, an explosive return game. Anything can happen here, and we're going to see Frankie Dawkins bringing out to 29 yards on that reception. Going to set up Georgia in pretty okay territory. Said 3 timeouts in their pocket, ball to 33. Shoot here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, like you said, they can do a lot with 12 seconds if they can play their cards right. Seth Chapman gets the snap, throws to the sideline, deflected by Freeman. A good job there swatting it down. 7 seconds remaining at 2nd and 10.
Dangerous throw there by Chapman. That could have been a problem.
We expect this to potentially be the final play of the first half. Chapman with a pretty good pocket, unloads, he's got his man, it is complete, and they will call a timeout with 2 seconds remaining here.
And go ahead and start getting your Hail Mary quotes out and ready. This should be a shot to the end zone here.
He's got the pocket and the time to do it, and he does. Just gets that one off. Chapman, interception. The Alabama defense coming up with a big play to thwart those efforts and go into halftime. Nikolai Storm with the INT.
At this point, it's Nikolai Tropical Storm at this point, just impacting in the air, on the ground, just a force as the Crimson Tide are going to deny Georgia any satisfaction right before the half.
And you know what? As Georgia leads 16-10 as we head into the locker rooms for halftime, Dominic, we get a chance to take a breather, which I think we all need. What a fantastic first half as we go over some stats. And mostly, Dominic, I'll give you a chance to tell me what you have seen so far, what you like, what you don't like, and maybe what you'd like to see coming up.
I mean, let's just break it down here quickly. Both defenses are stepping up. It is a very, very well chess match. Getting into the end zone is not a guarantee here, and defenses are both taking away in big moments here. Alabama's got to find a way to dig into the end zone more than that one time that they've been allowed. Got to string together drives. They're putting them together. They're getting down there, but the stout Georgia defense is just bending and not breaking when it comes to that red zone. They are stingy and they do not they don't like to let people score there. And if you look at these first half stats, I mean, Georgia is running with these stats. Only big glaring issue is 2 turnovers there. Could that potentially spell doom? I know it was kind of a Hail Mary shot there at the end. Nothing to really gain or lose out of that. Could be a little bit of a confidence loser coming out at the half. But Alabama is in this fight. They have shown up to the occasion, and they are making their impact where they can. Absolutely got to give credit to the big impact that Nikolai Storm has been out there on that field, has been flying around sideline to sidelines and becoming a nuisance for Chapman. I would really like to see this run game continue by both teams and really just kind of let the ground game cook for a while.
Yeah, all great points, Dominic. Certainly much appreciated as we welcome you back here to Athens, Georgia for the start of the second half. Xander Freeman brings this one out, a good return of 23 yards. And, yeah, I think this right here is an important drive for Alabama, wouldn't you say, coming out of the gate?
I fully agree.
We'll see what Coulter Thomas and company can do here on offense. We see a man in motion now. The ball is snapped, throwing quickly there to the flat. Still on his feet is Darnell Holmes, the 4th 5-yard reception, and he's over 50 yards on the day.
Yeah, 5th catch on the night, too. If you're going to put it in the air, Coulter's got to unholster that Colt. He's got to let that thing sling.
Now after the gain of 5, you see motion here. And they give it to Booker Travis. And fighting his way through a pile, carrying red jerseys with him for 9 yards in the first down.
That spin out was just hard grit and determination. Travis just wanted that pickup more. Big, big run.
Always love watching runs like that. Now Thomas throwing to the sidelines. His man Jay Reeser again doing what he's done all night, able to get a little bit of separation to get that pass and catch the first and step out of bounds.
It's crazy to think as much we've been talking about Reeser, that's only his 4th catch of the ballgame.
He certainly made the best of it when it's certainly when he was able to get the football, I should say, as Travis now 5 yards right up the middle.
Making the most out of minimal opportunities is what you're trying to go for. I'm picking up what you're laying down. I'm smelling what you're cooking over there.
I appreciate that. You know what I mean, and he's done a great job indeed. Travis again with another opportunity here to break a tackle around the edge. That knocks another guy right off of him like he's a bowling pin, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, Bo Martin shoots out of the gates and just could not keep 2 hands on him. That is a good, emphatic run.
Thomas, good pocket to throw from, completes the pass, and the receiver able to shrug off a defender. That again is Darnell Holmes, the 4th.
That puts Dominic McKenzie in a stiff arm compilation, and wow, big pickup here. Crimson Tide is rolling.
For Darnell, you got to love how much they're utilizing him. Last week, he had 1 reception on 7 yards. Not the case tonight. Now, hit as he throws is Coulter Thomas, and again, he's going to be seeing stars in front of his eyes there for the next few plays.
Big, big shot there by L'Jarius Sexton. Boom.
How many times have we seen them come in and just make an absolute wallop on Coulter Thomas that's changed the course of this drive? Now, Booker Travis on the receiving end of a hit too, but he is able to pick up 8.
And big tackle there by Kendall Simmons at the end of the. No, they're actually going to give that to Frankie Dawkins instead. Okay. Never mind. I don't know what I'm looking at clearly.
Now, the carry to Zach Burke. He is able to get 1, so they go with him on 3rd down to try to pick up the first. And instead, Georgia able to retain here.
Big tackle there by Bryce Frey at the end of that as well. As we wait for the 39-yard attempt by LaFont. Kick is up, and it is good. That is going to only make it a field goal lead for Georgia, as it is now Bama 13, Georgia 16. Yeah. Big fight here out of both programs.
Doesn't seem like that long ago it was a 16-7 ball game, and Georgia had the 9-point lead. It's dwindled down to 3. Georgia's got to find a way to make some of that ground back up, and Frankie Dawkins just about took this one back to the house.
And what a big electric return there by Dawkins.
These return game units, they have been so much fun to watch tonight. As a quarterback keeper to start the 3rd quarter here for Seth Chapman, and he gets brought down by Nikolai Storm. Guess who?
I mean, at this point, a couple more tackles, and I'm upgrading this tropical storm to a hurricane category. Wow, just in again on a big TFL.
2nd and 12. Again, another keeper, Chapman, trying to figure out what way he wants to go, but he's got to pay for it. He gets the 2 yards back, and again, takes a pretty good hit at the end of it.
They're going to give that credit to Jackson Matthews, but you want to guess who came in and laid the lumber at the end of that?
I have a feeling it was another Storm that was in the area.
Oh, you can bet your money it was.
Chapman, 3rd and 10, but there he makes up for all of that. He finds his man, and on his way to the house, number 8, once again, master play by Jeff Masters, 54 yards.
Master hands, master routes, master plays. Hefe Masters at your service. Big shot there by Chapman, getting it down the field. Not going to be brought down by KJ Jones. The Storm whiffs on the ankle tackle as well. And that is a big opening for Georgia to push that lead back out. 3 plays, 55 seconds, less than 60 seconds. And that is up. Georgia 23, Bama 13, just under 6 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. What a game so far we're having, Cam.
And you know, Dominic, I think the amazing thing about it, Georgia has shown that they play their best when they are in that hurry-up tempo. As you see, back to the huddle, they threw that dart. We've seen it earlier in the game. So back out to a 10-point lead. Like you said, a great game so far. Now setting up a good return here by Jay Reeser, 28 yards after the first touch of the football. And for Alabama, again, they got close, but now they find themselves having to try to catch back up.
Yeah, I mean, they've been fighting, but that's the issue that I mentioned. Field goals alone will not win you this game. You've got to find a way to get into the end zone if you are Alabama, and you need it on this drive.
So they give it to Travis. Nice dodging and dunking there, able to cut back inside at the last minute, get 6 yards out of that. He's getting close to 100 yards on the night. He's up to 80.
Cobb picks up his 5th tackle. Guard's out there trying to block for him. If he just puts a little hezzy on it, he can cut inside and he can take that for more.
Coulter Thomas again with the handoff to Travis, who runs forward for 2, but pretty well contained by Georgia that time.
Yeah, Winkler. Well, okay, no, I definitely know I watched Winkler make that tackle. Nah, come on. We're just giving anybody stats at this point now.
Anyway, it brings up a big 3rd and 1. This time they give it to the big man, Booker Travis, with a head of steam. Gets the first and gets out close to midfield.
Yeah, meeting him in the B gap, not something I'm trying to look up to, as Frankie Dawkins is going to pick up his 6th tackle.
4:52 remaining in the 3rd. Setting up play action. Plenty of time for Coulter Thomas, and he does find his man, but it's dropped. Dropped at the very end. Oh, that one hurts.
That's not a drop. That is a good hand play by L'Jarius Sexton. Gonna split the hands of the receiver, put that ball on the turf. That is lock up D.
Yeah, indeed. Well, a good job there, as I think he was going to Darnell Holmes the 4th once more. Oh my goodness, and Booker Travis They just about sent him to the shadow realm on that one.
No, Dominic McKenzie absolutely just call him Rhino because that was a gore in the hit. Oh, my ribs hurt. Oh, knock it off, Dominic.
You know it's a bad hit when you feel it up here in the booth, and I mean, we felt every bit of that right along with him. Coulter Thomas, shotgun, 3rd and 7. Nobody in the backfield. He's able to find his man as he's able to locate Nikolai Storm right there for a 17-yard reception. How about that?
And the Hurricanes said, hey, I can do it both ways. Put me on offense. Let me make a play. And I ain't mad at it. I love sneaking out there when no one's paying attention, picking up the first down, and getting a little extra on the end. And it looks like it's going to get credited to no, I think that was Kendall Simmons. I just had the wrong number that one. Looks like Kendall Simmons is going to get credited on that tackle.
Man, so what a good play keeping the defense on their heels. Now in the backfield is Zach Burke, who gets a 5-yard rush.
Hey, sometimes you got to try out the walk-ons, let them get out there and see what they can do. Clayton Cobb's going to pick up his 6th tackle on the night, and that's going to set up a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, walk-on with a gain of 5 on first down. Not too shabby. Going to make this 2nd down much more manageable here. Man in motion. And again, it's Travis up the middle, ping pong backwards there. And they're going to say with the forward progress, he gets 3rd and inches, and he gets to the century mark.
Yeah, absolutely going to just take a shot in that back plate there. Oof.
3rd and inches. Can he get to the edge and get the ball across the sticks? They're going to say he does, and just enough for the first down.
And that was a generous spot there. Could have gone either way.
We will not see any challenge of any sort there on the spot. They're cool with it. They give it to Zach Burke again, an 8-yard rush there on first down.
Well, you say they're cool with it. Chat would like to argue with you that I don't think they're necessarily cool with that as well.
Well, regarding Alabama, that is. They're cool with it. Let's put it that way. All right, so handoff. Again, Burke trying to utilize him more late in this 3rd quarter, and Bo Martin comes up and makes the tackle for loss.
And will not be denied this time. Bo Martin's had a couple shakeoffs, but that time he's going to wrap up around them's waist, and there is nothing doing there.
All right, so 3rd and 4, big play here. We said they need to try to get to the end zone, keep this drive alive. Thomas throwing, good job turning to that one is Austin Oakes, just with great concentration and awareness, turns around, gets the football, and turns upfield for the first.
And L'Jarius Sexton in on another tackle, picks up his 7th of the contest.
Now, 1st and goal for Bama. Thomas with time, throw, slant, middle of the field, and I do believe this one was just dropped. Unfortunately, he had it right there in his hands.
Yeah, just an unfortunate drop there by the walk-on on a Texas route.
He had the read that he was looking for, talking about Thomas, that is. And now, right up the middle, they say give it to Booker Travis. He, as we said, goes over the century mark, and he caps it off with a touchdown on this drive.
And the tide is rolling. Big run there by Travis as he is going to punch it over the goal line. Will not be denied. 3 men in the C gap, and he says, I've got this. Don't worry. Put it on my back. Kick by LaFont is up, and that is now Bama 20, Georgia 23 with just over 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. That right there was the big ticket punch that Bama needed. They needed to prove that they could get into the end zone more than once, and it was not a fluke. Brings it back down to a field goal game, and Georgia's going to have to come back out here and shoot as well, as Dawkins is going to pick up just 23 yards there on that return.
And honestly, as you said, though, Dominic, what a ball game this has turned out to be. I mean, I think we had a feeling going in this could be a pretty competitive game. And up to this point, it's just been back and forth with both teams having spurts, I guess you would say, of momentum. And Georgia, as you said, hanging on now to a 3-point lead. They got to turn this around in their favor.
Well, absolutely, and the playoff implications on this game. Georgia's currently sitting at 3-3. If you get to that 4 mark, most teams with 4 wins do not get left out of the playoffs. That is a big shot here. And Bama I'll give you a little bit more after this.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see first play from scrimmages, they give to Master in the backfield, and that may be the only bad play that he has seen this evening.
Yeah, Peyton Lange is going to put hands on him and nothing cooking. Now, see, Alabama with no wins, if they can get this win here, and if they can steal it from Auburn next week, could be a possible vote-in.
Oh, that's a good point. So a lot of things for us to keep our eyes on as we go through the final weeks of this regular season. Easton with the carry. He gets some of it back. It's a 3rd and 9 coming.
Yep, they're setting up a 3rd and 9 here. Crimson Tide defense is pinning their ears back. Bulldogs got to find a way to convert this 3rd and 9.
Motion along the line as the ball is snapped. Throwing is Chapman, and KJ Jones says, no, not today. And he gets up celebratory, and I can understand why. What a great swat down.
Yeah, we might be playing in Athens, but you can feel the momentum shifting to the Tide, or you could say the Tide is turning.
Yeah, I got you there, my friend, and a good return here, hopefully by Freeman. Yeah, he is able to get it out to the 50-yard line, so good field position for Alabama. And 1:18 left in this 3rd quarter, man, and we've got a good one.
And shout out to Jason Wentz, the tight end, on that tackle as well.
All right, so Alabama feeling the most confident they have all night. Well, until you get a hit like that, my gosh, what a shot there delivered at the end of this by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Winkler just said, are you sure about that? Right as you said, feeling confident, just instant. Right in on the numbers.
Kevin Winkler, wow, what a play. Now, Booker Travis with the run, left gets 5. Brings up an interesting 3rd and 5. Wouldn't this be something if we get back into this kind of lull of the defense kind of hashing it out for a couple of series like we seen earlier?
No, I like watching shooters shoot. Let's get some offensive stat lines here.
3rd and 5. Coulter Thomas rolling out with time, trying to look for his man. Nothing there. Good coverage. Blanketed, in fact.
Now, just complete coverage there. Nobody was open, and that pass is going to fall harmlessly to the turf. Well, you wanted the defensive slug out, 3 and out, and the ball's right back in Georgia possession. And for the brand, stamp it. We just got it. Ball coming out at the 4.5-yard line. Let's go.
What a kick. Pinning Georgia back in the shadow of their own end zone. They give it to Lane Easton, who runs left side. Nothing there. Good one-on-one tackle. Brogan Patrick with the stop.
And Patrick is just going to root him and pull him down for nothing. Dangerous situation here for the Bulldogs with their end zone in their backfield.
2nd and 10, and again, 2 straight plays. Easton back down on the turf by Brogan Patrick once more.
Let me tell you something, brother. Brogan Patrick is the truth, and he is sending it at them with no abandon.
You said, let me tell you something, brother. Brogan Mania about to run wild on you. Now, back to the ground game on 3rd down, trying to just push out here is Lane Easton. He gets 5.
And over on Twitch, we're going to have a 21-yard touchdown pass to Santana Warwick. Miami has now tied the game up at 21 apiece with the Tar Heels. There is just under 9 minutes left in that contest.
Man, great action all around here as Freeman with a good 10-yard return. Georgia had the punt from the shadow of their own end zone. Georgia leads Alabama 23-20. Stick around for the conclusion of this exciting game. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. We welcome you back as we see all the 4s in the chat. 1 quarter of play left, or so we think. Georgia leading 23-20. We'll see how this unfolds. Alabama with good field position, and Booker Travis with a 4-yard rush.
And good rush indeed. Going to go ahead and start out with positive momentum on 1st down. Always want to see them moving forward. And you know what? Hey, I'm not against a little 5th quarter football action.
No, everybody loves a little bit of free football. Now, play action. Setting up, Thomas with time. Going deep to the end zone. It's a jump ball, and I believe it's an interception. Able to bring this one down.
Big pick by Richard Howell. His first of the season. Wow. Big pick in the end zone.
punt. An incredible play on defense for Alabama. You had the great field position for the home. Does the as Gonzalez with the carry.
And welcome back. You sounded a little underwater, but I'm glad. I think we've got you back here with us.
All right, good deal. Now, on the carry, it is a 4-yard rush, and he gets a couple.
And Freeman's going to pick up his 5th tackle.
Third and 2. Big play coming up here by Georgia. And he is able to convert. Don Carter with a 22-yard reception.
And big pickup coming off that pick on the inside. Not going to call it the rub route, but he's going to take that pick like he's playing 2K Park, and he is going to trail down the field with it.
Now, new set of downs in the backfield. Denied. Good defense that time by, guess who? Brogan Patrick coming alive this evening in the 4th quarter.
I guess it is a case of Brogan Mania here in the second half for Patrick, just being a menace in the backfield.
Split backs, and then you got one back behind the quarterback, setting up the pitch there. It's Easton. 3, 4 tackles he's able to shake off for a 10-yard rush.
Ain't no Taylor Swift, but he is shaking them off like it is a banger. Big tackle there by Xander Freeman, finally.
3rd and 3. Play action, rolling out, throwing. He had his man coming back to it, but it is going to fall incomplete. 4th and 3 now on the way.
And with no surprise, I thought they might try to get cute and go with it, but only being up 3. Go ahead and punt that ball off, flip the field, force Bama to have to do something here. As that punt is got some hang time. Gonna get underneath it. Ball is gonna take a bounce at the 2 out of the back of the end zone. And Bama is gonna set up shop at the 20.
Well, I had no idea, Dominic, that I was seeing into the future when I said this was going to turn into a defensive scrum. But, you know, here we are. Like we said, a couple series in, and the defenses had come up with some big plays. Booker Travis with 5 running left.
Hey, if you're going to keep looking into the future, can you go ahead and give me the Georgia Powerball numbers? I can make that 20-minute drive real quick and really go make a serious parlay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off there after the game. How's that sound? Travis with the run again, 4 yards, sets up a big 3rd and 2 here, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, this is a big one here as Winkler's going to pick up his 5th tackle. 3rd and 2, you've got to find a way to convert here and keep this drive alive.
Coulter Thomas, and listen to this crowd. They are on their feet, chanting loudly for the home team. Thomas to throw, gets his man, shrugs off a tackle, still running towards the 50, and a good play, turning upfield and getting extra yards by Darnell Holmes, the 4th.
And he's now 10 yards away from the century mark himself. And Cam, I think we need to get your hearing checked. That is not cheering you're hearing here in Athens. You are hearing barking by these fanatics in this stadium. Don't understand it. It's weird culture. But, you know, hey, what do I know, right?
Yeah, maybe that is the case. And, you know, you did say I was underwater just a couple plays ago. So that could have something to do with it here, trying to wring my ears out. So Wise out to the sidelines, a gain of 4. And right now you can see what they're doing, Dominic. They're just trying to take what the defense gives them, chip away at it. So far it's working on this drive.
Yep, and I will have a Twitch update for you guys after this play.
Thomas back to Travis. And maybe got back to the line of scrimmage just barely. It's a 3rd and 5 coming up.
Over on Twitch, 2-yard touchdown run by Bo Wyatt as Miami has taken a 27-20 lead over UNC with just over 6.5 minutes left in that contest.
Coulter Thomas to throw, going again for the home run ball. It's underthrown, which made it dangerously close to being intercepted, and Jacob Bradford makes a heck of a play.
You know what? Going for it here. Okay.
Wow.
I'll put my piece after this.
4th and 5. Can they keep the drive alive? They do. And that was a top play, but over the middle is Pedro Montero for the 1st.
So here's my thing. You're going to send it. You're going to just absolutely sail a nuke down the field on 3rd, but you're going to go to the middle over the 4th. You've got to throw that on 3rd and just reset.
Wow. That was a gutsy set of plays right there as Booker Travis runs left and gets 2.
It was gutsy, but it was unnecessary as Winkler's going to pick up his 6th tackle. I don't understand trying to shoot it to the end zone when that's not been your bread and butter at all.
Coulter Thomas running hard, giving to Travis, who runs hard up the middle. I tell you what, now 137 yards on 32 carries. He's put in the work today.
He is beasting and feasting at will almost at this point.
A handoff, running left side. That is once again Zach Burke, who has gotten quite a few touches in this second half.
Absolutely, indeed. And hey, if it's working, it's working. And that guy, Bo Martin, is going to pick up another tackle in on that play.
All right, 2nd and 2. Thomas throwing. He's got his man out there in the flat. He's got room to the 10, fighting his way to the 5. It's Cash Crow for a 13-yard reception.
And Cash is making this defense eat crow right now. What a big first down. And that is going to set up shop at the 5-yard line here in the PX1 Sports red zone.
Now, they are down by 3. We've talked about them needing to punch it in all day long. Look at this formation. Running right is Burke. He gets leveled. He gets a few, draws a little bit closer. 2nd and goal coming up.
Hey, Kendall, that's a walk-on. That kid don't deserve that. He's got AP Physics 2 tomorrow. Oh, what a hit.
I have a feeling he could be getting an excuse written from the team physician there after that hit. Maybe missing a couple of hours of work. And Jay Reeser, though, talking about putting the work in, coming back for this beautiful pass by Coulter Thomas. Just enough. He gets the touchdown. Bama gets the lead.
And he's going to double dip. That is his 2nd time finding the end zone. And that is going to put Bama up 26-23 with that pending on the PAT. What a big drive there by Coulter Thomas, Booker Travis, Reeser. I mean, almost everybody was getting touches there as the kick is up by LaFont. That is good, and we are now looking at Bama 27, Georgia 23 with just over 3.5 minutes left here in this contest. Big drive here for the Bulldogs. Can Bama finally get over the hump?
Yeah, this is going to be a thrilling finish, I feel. Down by 4, Frankie Dawkins with the return, doing a good job picking up 27 as Georgia, as we said, finds himself down by 4. Plenty of time left in this ballgame, 3:27. We'll see how they choose to use it. They give it back to Lane Easton, who again, plenty of room to run. He gets 7 on first down.
Yeah, big pickup of 7 there. Over on Twitch, 4-yard touchdown pass to Jason Davis for the Tar Heels. They are now tied up at 27 apiece with the Canes. Just under 5 minutes left in the 4th.
Chapman under center, throwing out wide, trying to set up a screen. One man to beat. Easton able to do it before he gets completely hounded by Alabama, but he's able to get a decent pickup. It's 3rd and 3.
And right now, Georgia's got to be thinking back to last week. Last week, they lost to Auburn 27-24, so they know what these close games feel like here in the clutch. Got to make sure that Chapman puts together a legacy drive here and can really play sound football.
Well, Dominic, you talked about how important it is to get to the 4 wins on the season. That is in their mind, too. Chapman throwing. He's got his man busting open. Nobody's going to touch him. Guess who? It's Jeff Masters Hefe for the 65-yard touchdown in the lead.
Master hands, master routes, master plays. Hefe Masters at your service. Busted coverage, no secondary help over the top, and Chapman is just gonna throw a floater, and that is gonna retake the lead, and that is now a hat trick for Masters as well. Not 1, not 2, but Trey on the game.
Absolutely incredible. What an individual effort we have seen out of Master today. A good run back coming. Reeser, 25 on the carry. Now 2:34 remaining for Bama.
Now, we talked about Chapman putting together a legacy drive. Does Coulter have one for the ages, and can he right the wrongs?
We'll see what happens. They start with the ground game. Booker Travis running hard, really trying to stretch it out to the sidelines, and he gets tackled by Winkler for a loss.
And Winkler is just going to run with him stride for stride, close that gap, and put him in the turf for a TFL there.
2nd and 11, I formation, clock running, 2:15 and counting here in the 4th quarter of play. Back to the ground game with Burke, another 2-yard rush. Not exactly sure about what Alabama's scheme is here, but it's got them pinned back here on a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, you know, hey, look, I'm just a broadcaster. I'm a fan like anybody else. Something tells me 2.5 minutes, 2 run plays in a row, probably not the ideal way to start off the drive.
Yeah, that's going to put Coulter Thomas in shotgun formation on a 3rd and 12 play. Plenty of time, though. Looking, finds his man, able to save the drive as Austin Oaks tiptoeing on the sidelines.
And just shook the defense down like some leaves and gets 10 roots down for the big pickup there for the Crimson Tide.
And that was a beautiful throw by Coulter Thomas. We got to see it there on the replay. And how about this? For Alabama, 23 first downs on the night. A busy day at the office for the Crimson Tide. Still got work to do. Thomas with time, throws short, but there's room to run there. Sprinting past for the first down is Jose Watkins.
And Bama right now is just putting it together. And a good throw and find there to a walk-on nonetheless.
Everybody getting a chance at touching this football late in this one. 90 seconds remaining in regulation. Slanting it out for the screen to Booker Travis, who picks up 19.
I don't really think that was more of a screen. I mean, it looked like it was just a flat route. He's gonna have like more like an extended wheel route. Gonna get a lot of momentum behind it as Martin's gonna bring him in for his 9th tackle. But you're gonna allow Booker Travis to run at a full head of steam down the field. That can spell trouble for any defense.
Yeah, that's a really cool play design. We haven't seen that Alabama this whole evening.
Oh,
and
no.
We've got a flag. And again, movement.
Cannot afford to shoot yourself in the foot with penalties. And that is now going to set up a 1st and 15 after that false start.
Yep, and on the edge of field goal range, comfortable field goal range, you would think. That's important here. Thomas, though, going to get some yardage back. Montero just about lost his helmet.
Yeah, almost RKO over the middle by Clayton Cobb. Came out of nowhere, but credit holding on to that as Cobb got his 9th tackle. 2nd and 12.
1 minute to play in regulation. Thomas throws middle of the field. Complete to Jermaine Wise. A 9-yard reception brings up 3rd and 3.
Yep, and if we have to get to a 4th down, we're going to have an interesting question here on what Bama's going to decide to do.
Yeah, that we are. Will we get there? It's 3rd and 3. We're going to, Dominic. It's 4th and 1. Burt couldn't get the first.
And we are going to get a 35-yard attempt by LaFont. Kick is up. He trunks it, and that is a tie ball game with 53 seconds left here, folks. We might have potential extra action. And guess what? Over on Twitch, UNC takes a 3-point lead, 30-27, hitting a field goal with 41 seconds left over there. It's pandemonium in the 6:30 slots. Wow.
What a block to be a part of, indeed. This has just been fantastic as Highsmith brings this one out 21 yards. 50 seconds for Georgia. We'll see how they want to approach this. We take a look at some earlier highlights in the day. But, Dominic, what do you do here with this 50 seconds remaining?
Where's Jeff Masters at?
Yeah.
He's down there somewhere, right?
Yeah, you're looking for
all
that
you need
guy.
is to get into field goal range. Get that ball down to about the 30-yard line. Let Munson take it out. Because guess what? He's either going to walk it off and heartbreak is going to pursue, or we're getting extra ball games here. I'm cool either way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've seen a good one here tonight, and it ain't over. Chapman throwing, tip deflected by Jones, who has made a great night out of doing such, his 3rd deflection.
Absolutely could have just really put a damper in the plans.
All right, 2nd and 10. Clock stopped with 45 seconds to go. Georgia with all 3 timeouts, by the way. Throwing out to the flat, cutting upfield. Lane Easton gets 6.
And hold on, chat. 39-yard touchdown pass to Devin Yost from Miami. They take a 34-30 lead with 15 seconds left over on Twitch.
The excitement continuing to build here as well. 24 seconds and counting. 3rd and 4. Are they going to be content to just take this into overtime?
Right now, they are just free bleeding this right now, and they really might not even snap the ball here. And they do, gotta imagine it's going to be a shot down the field.
Play clock down to 4.
Tree.
2.
Snaps off.
They'll go. They'll see what they can do as they sling it, and oh my goodness, a little too far out front of the intended man. It does fall incomplete, and he had a step on the Alabama defender. But guess what, Dominic? Overtime, free football, all knotted up at 30 here in Athens.
I tell you what, Cam, I got 5 on it. Let's go into extra play here. Georgia's going to get the ball first. Bama on defense.
All right. Chapman from the 25. Gives it to Lane. Right up the middle. A good carry. 6 on first.
6 yards on first down. You're going to be quite happy with that. That is going to put Georgia in better looking territory so far.
Chapman under center once more. He's going to keep it. Turns right. Throws to the sidelines. It's intercepted. Another turnover around the goal line. We've seen that 3 times tonight. And for Alabama, it's number 10. Guess who? KJ Jones.
And big play there by the Crimson Tide defense. Disaster for Chapman. And, oh, man. Miami's going to sneak out of Chapel Hill with a 34-30 win after UNC had a touchdown just out of the back of the end zone to seal it. Oh, man. Coulter Thomas, you've got one job, kid. It is your turn.
Yeah, and he gives it off to Booker. Travis had room to run around the edge, but a good open field tackle there stops him in his tracks.
Right now, I am handing this to Booker T. Give the five-time a chance and go kick that field goal.
And it's a quarterback keeper, Colton Thomas. Oh, a little shifty move, cuts back up in between the hash marks there, and it's 3rd and 5.
Hitting a little shimmy there, looked pretty dangerous. And I expect to see this kept on the ground one last time.
3rd and 5. What an ending to this game, folks. Throwing it, center of the field. It is caught down to the 5-yard line goes Alabama.
And just the psychotic mentality, not wanting to take it the easy way, gonna toss it to Jermaine Weiss, moves the chains, and Bama said field goal. Nah, we want to punch it in. We deserve this.
Now the only thing you got to worry about is ball control here, protecting the football. They give it to Booker, up the middle, touchdown, Crimson Tide.
5-time, just put the first W in the Bama column this season. That is what the CFSL is all about. Any given day, any team can come out there and get the hard-fought win. Bama's gonna move with their first one. Georgia drops to 3-4. Heartbreaking loss there, but that is why you tune in to the CFSL.
That it is. Can we call it an instant classic? I would like to think so. Alabama with their first victory on the season, 36-30, the victory here. Dominic, final thoughts?
No, hey, all you.
All me. Folks, stick around. We got more action coming up at 9:30 over on Twitch and on YouTube. More for you to enjoy. For my partner, Dominic Barfield, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and associate producer, Austin Crow, I'm Cameron Duty. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. We'll see you back here at 9:30 on Eastern Time.